Welcome back and thanks for joining me. I'm David from Unqualified Critics and I'm going to talk to you today about a new upcoming product called iiRcade or Arcade. Not actually 100% sure how to say it, but it's spelled iiRcade. And a number of you left comments about this in my CES video, so it seems like something folks are interested in, but there's very little information out there on it right now. This is a product in still the development stage and it has not yet come to market. If you want to check out our previous coverage on it, I'll leave a card above. If you just want a quick rundown, let me tell you what we know so far. This iiRcade, or I guess I'll just call it iiRcade from now on, is a cabinet with a different model than the other arcade products that are out currently. As far as I know, it comes with no games out of the box, and you're able to add the games you want. You don't really do it through the arcade interface. To begin with, you'll just simply find the game on a phone app, pick it, buy it, and then it will download it to the cabinet. So it's kind of an interesting choice. I'm not really sure why that is, but that's not really why I'm interested in this cabinet. Reason I'm interested in this cabinet, it looks like a bit of a hi-fi experience. It apparently has beefy enough internals to be able to play modern games on 1080p, 60 frames per second. I believe, from what I've heard, it has a high quality monitor and they're really promoting the quality and the fidelity of the audio. It's also a tabletop multicade, which I've been saying for a while. I think there's a lot of hidden demand out there for people with home bars who would add something like this to it. Maybe they're not interested in an Arcade 1-Up countercade because they're just a little small and you only get a couple games and they're just not really that high quality. I don't think they're as compelling a product as the full-size Arcade 1-Ups. And At Games so far doesn't have a tabletop option. I know they got that new laptop option they just launched that connects to a TV, but I'm talking about a self-contained arcade. So this may be the first product that hits that sweet spot. But because there's not much info out there, I've been in contact with the company. I ran a few questions past them, and I'm going to talk to you from what I've heard. In addition, I'm doing an interview with their CEO later this week, as of this airing. So if you have any questions you want answered or discussed, leave them in the comments on this video. I'll make sure to read all of that, and then I will share it on that video as much as I can. I'll cover as many of your questions as I can. So I saw in another video on iiRcade that online multiplayer is expected. I asked them about that directly and they said it's to be announced or to be decided. So that apparently is not finalized. My next question, and I actually think this is one of the more important things that these guys need to get right for this product to be a hit, and that is the pricing of the downloaded games. If you're going to buy a cabinet and pay a substantial amount of money for it and it doesn't come with the games, then we're going to need to know that the games we do purchase are going to be a good value. They said this is to be determined, but that they will be affordable and that pricing will be different for each game, which I expected. It sounds like they want to sell retro arcade games, but that they may also be interested in selling more modern games. I can't actually tell if this is directly a platform for more modern games, or if it's simply like a BYOG scenario like we get with At Games, where you're playing games from, say, your Steam account. That part is not clear to me, but I'm more into this for the retro games. I don't like the idea of digital controls for a modern FPS, for example. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't know. We'll see what they pull off. My next question, will you be selling these directly or are you seeking retail distribution? And they said both. I think that's a good sign. I'm actually a big fan of Arcade 1-Up selling their cabinets and some accessories and replacement parts directly, and I'll tell you why. I know it's easy to complain about their shipping prices and all of that, but there are a lot of things that those of us who buy a lot of these arcade products, things we might want, that retailers are not interested in carrying. Lots of different variations on the same cabinet. Retailers don't want 6 SKUs for one arcade title. So being able to go online and order, say, a limited edition is compelling. Limited editions at higher price point is something that Walmart probably isn't interested. They want the lowest price they can get on the products they're selling, but some of us want to pay a little extra for more quality. Selling directly is helpful. And the last thing is modular replacement parts and upgrades. Now, so far, Arcade 1-Up has only really done the replacement parts angle. They've talked about doing upgrades, but I've not seen that come to fruition. And I don't know that that's going to happen here with iiRcade, but I think there is an opportunity. They're selling a product which is presented as sort of a high fidelity piece of electronics, almost piece of AV equipment. That's selling to a consumer that probably is interested in upgrading their controls, maybe even upgrading their stereo speakers that it comes with. I know all this stuff can be done third party, but I think there's an opportunity here to sell upgrade packages that we can buy. And if they're selling direct from their site, then those possibilities are open. And again, stuff that Walmart would not be interested in. My next question, aside from the model of buying our own games directly from iiRcade, the other big distinction here is just how unique the cabinet looks. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, I don't really love the look of it. I don't hate it, but I don't particularly like it. I tend to like to buy arcade products that look good in my game room and that look like original hardware. Now, obviously that's not possible if you're buying a multicade, which is what this is at the end of the day, but it just doesn't look retro at all. It looks a lot more modern. And that's why I say if they deliver on high quality, if this is a high fidelity piece of consumer electronics, it has that modern look, but happens to play retro games, I can kind of get in with that. But the part that I don't like about the design the most is that marquee with just their logo in the middle, very large logo, and then the two big speakers. It just doesn't look like a design that integrates well with the cabinet. I think I'd rather see the speaker grills be painted the same color as the cabinet, maybe see the logo imprinted on the speaker grills, and then something else in the center with just a more interesting design. But my question was, why did you design it this way? Where did that come from? And their answer, though, is interesting. And I quote, if we follow the conventional design with a marquee for an arcade, the bar top size would be too big and the audio wouldn't sound like it does today. Our device was designed to provide the premium experience, include powerful audio while being the right size for both bar top and full size. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but that's another big part of this product is you buy it as a bar top, but you can buy a base that goes below it. And so that same bar top turns into a full size cabinet. And that is an interesting design challenge to build something proportioned that looks nice, but that can be used in both formats and have it really be the same product is probably pretty tough. I would also add having direct firing speakers is going to sound a lot better than having downward firing speakers like we're used to with more conventional arcade products. My take on the design, if they really nail the quality of this machine in terms of just the feel of it, the materials they use, but especially the quality of the monitor, video, the sound, the controls, then I think I'm okay with it. But if they fall short on that, then it's really going to sting them that the design isn't there. Think about Arcade 1UP. For some of their products that aren't built all that well, I'm talking more Wave 1 and Wave 2 cabinets, there's still a lot of people that bought them because they look so cool in your house as an old school arcade. So we've got to have one or the other here. My next question, it seems audio is a key part of the package. Any details you can provide? And they said no, to be determined. I'm a little surprised by that. I would have thought with audio being so integral to their design, I would have thought they'd have that nailed down by now and already have sourced the components. And they've talked previously about launching this product in summer 2020. If that's the case, this stuff is going to have to be finalized pretty soon. Next question, are the controls a particular brand name or from a particular manufacturer? To be determined. We believe in great controller experience and selected ones that provide a great experience for our gamers while being very sturdy for the best quality and experience. So they do look really nice in the video footage I have seen. But again, it would have been nice to know that, yeah, we're getting Sanwa sticks or we're getting HAP or whatever it is. They're going to charge $400 or $500, which is what I think they're going to charge, and it doesn't come with games. I would really like high quality controls. Next question, and I do believe this product will more directly compete with At Games Legends Ultimate, much more so than Arcade 1UP. My question was, relative to At Games Legends Ultimate, do you plan to offer a more premium or a more affordable product? Or do you want to go for similar pricing and compete on differentiating features? The response, iiRcade is meant to provide a premium arcade experience and quality while being affordable to our users. We'll provide more info soon. I actually think, reading between the lines, because they have said before they want to target a console price, $300 to $500. I suspect we're going to be talking more about $400 to $500. I don't know why, it's just sort of a feeling I have. I guess I could be wrong. But if you wanted to make a large price sound small, you'd say, well, it's similar to a console, and that gives you coverage for all the way up to $500. So I do think that that's the game, $400 to $500. I don't think that will include the base, because if you're getting the base, what's the point of having tabletop, right? You wouldn't just want the base if you're going to put this on a bar. So my guess is they're going to sell this by itself, and then separately you can buy the base. And I'm sure there would be bundles, but that's how I anticipate this coming to retail. So if we're paying $400 to $500 for just the tabletop, then that is more expensive, I think, than the Legends Ultimate, given that this is tabletop only and it doesn't come with the games. So I think they need to compete with a more premium offering, even better controls, even better sound, even better video, all of that. At Games Legends Ultimate is pretty good. I think this would need to be really great to have a good competitive advantage. I asked if the monitor is 4x3. It looks like it is from the video footage when I went back and rewatched it, but they didn't confirm that. They said the aspect ratio is just designed to provide the best arcade experience for different orientations. More info coming soon. So I'm surprised they're not willing to lock down some of these design choices and confirm that, yeah, we use a 4x3 monitor. This is what it looks like, and here's why. And I asked, are you still confirming 2020 release? And they said, yes, we are planning a 2020 release. Now, they've said before they want to do summer 2020. I don't know if that's still the case. I can talk more about that when I do the interview with their CEO later in the week. But what do you guys think of that? I'm really curious if you're interested in this product. Does it look compelling to you? Is this something you'd want in your house? Do you have questions you want me to ask their CEO so that we can get the ball rolling on getting just some info out of these guys and really understand what they're going for, what they're after, and what this offering will ultimately look like? And is this something we ought to be thinking about picking up? There will be unprecedented competition for our dollars this fall between the new consoles that are coming to market with PlayStation and Xbox, to say nothing of all the new arcade systems that are going to be out. Who knows what we'll get from At Games by then. We know we'll have multiple new pinball offerings. God knows NBA Jam's going to be floating out there, and I feel like 90% of my audience is going to pick that up. I know I'm going to pick it up. So what do you guys think? Is the market getting saturated, or is there an opening for a new offering? And if there is, does this sound compelling? If you enjoyed this video, please hit like. That is a vote to YouTube that you liked watching it, and their algorithm takes that very seriously, and that's how videos get promoted and get more views. Also, if you've not already, please subscribe. I always say it. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's a huge deal for smaller channels like us. We need to keep growing the audience, and that helps me keep putting out new videos for you guys. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time and talk very soon.